Hi guys, I'm early, but that's okay. Um, we've got new stuff to talk about. All right, there we go. Um, hold on just 1 second. Why is it doing that? Just give me 1 second here, guys. Yeah, I don't understand why it's doing that, but that's fine. I'm still here, don't worry. We'll talk about the stuff in a second. What the hell is this? Jesus Christ. Settings. Appearance. Yes, there we go. Let's see. Long. I know. All right, well, I guess we'll just roll with that then. I hate this new updated YouTube app because it doesn't work. Doesn't work worth a tinker's piss, as my dad would say. But anyway, it's fine. Welcome back, guys. I'm in the library today. Yes, things are still mirrored, but you guys won't know the difference with this view necessarily. So it's better than having an LCARS behind me that's very clearly showing mirrored images. So, all right. Cap knows someone who can make limited character or knitted characters, so I sense a Muppet Yards series soon. Okay, Trek or not. From the creators of fan favorites such as Trekyards. Never heard of them. USN says that will be interesting. Don't know how I feel about Starfleet Academy. I don't know how I feel about Starfleet Academy either. The teaser was pretty good. There was some interesting stuff in there. I can't stand Holly Hunter. I absolutely despise the woman. So I'm not sure. Hope she doesn't play a big role. We do know the name of the ship is the USS Athena that they're serving on for these cadets. We did glean quite a bit of information, which Sam and I will talk about on Tuesday. We're going to do a video on San Diego Comic-Con stuff on Tuesday, because Monday is going to be a review of Season 3, Episode 3 for Strange New Worlds. So stay tuned for that. And I'm sure Sam's going to want to do a first review or a first reaction thing tomorrow when he's able to. So also stay tuned for that. So Olivia, $2. Pike's hair is still on peak. Yes. Long live Muppets in Space and Return of Miss Piggy. It's funny because I don't have a problem with the Muppet thing. I know a lot of people are going to complain about it, like, oh, look what the silly shit they're doing now because they did a musical. And Strange New World is drilling down on the silly, and I like that. It's funny because there's an episode of Angel, starring David Boreanaz, that Angel, who's a vampire, ends up becoming a puppet, and he's kind of mocked by Spike. He was like, "Oh, are we little puppet man?" So I think the Muppet thing's going to be hilarious. Got to wait to season 4 for that, but I have a feeling it might be the return of Trelane, maybe doing some shenanigans with the crew. I'm not quite sure, but it'll be interesting. Joseph Barbato, interesting news drops. Jose, who cares about Kurtzman new wreck crap? Yeah, sure. You do, apparently, because you're here. Olivia, I see the fur of a very expensive loaf of bread. Yes, that is indeed Lola. She's being a little bit dramatic right now. Lazarus 2, I was just about to go to sleep, but I linked the trailer to both of you that dropped a few hours ago. Also saw the season 4 Strange New Worlds on IMDb. You didn't have to link the trailer, trust us, we're on it, but thank you. Starfleet Academy does look interesting despite all the romance teasers in the trailer. Well, yeah. Not the biggest fan of that kind of crap, but it is what it is. It's more for a young teen show, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Chuck A. Hi, Stuart. Good evening. Good evening, Chuck. Good to see you. Joseph Barbato said the Con podcast. Yeah, Tim Russ and George Takei as Sulu will be in that, so that'll be interesting as well. There's a lot of stuff that San Diego Comic-Con has announced. I'm sure we might get some more. I mean, other years it's been just strictly the Saturday, and then with STLV right around the corner, I think next weekend. But they never release anything new for Star Trek Las Vegas, which is odd. I guess they consider San Diego Comic-Con a bigger stage because there's more than just Star Trek fans there. But I just wish they'd hold some things back for STLV, which I don't think they've done, and I don't think they're going to do. Olivia throws in $5. Thank you so much. So the dolls might be the origin on how the security officer in the Cerritos became a doll. No. That was explained in that episode, which I can't remember the reason now, but he got turned into a doll. USN says, I'm excited for Con. Yeah. I wish it was something other than an audio drama, but are you okay? You're not comfortable, are you? There you go. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. I mean, the books for Con were really good. Hopefully the audio drama will be just as good, if not better. We'll have to see. Chuck A, the actual Pike's Peak is visible out my patio door. Ah, interesting. Speaking of, Anson Mount is not at Comic-Con because him and his wife just had a baby girl named Violet. And yeah, it was interesting to see that announcement today as well. People who grew up with the Muppets don't have a problem. Indeed. But a lot of people will. A lot of people are going to freak out over that and may, use it as a strike against the show. I think it's a fun idea, and I have no issues with it. Gorgonzola 86. Anyone remembering the show 30 Rock? In it, the goofy character Kenneth Parcell at one time turned out that through his eyes everyone looked like a Muppet. Okay, I've just started watching. No, I haven't watched 30 Rock. No, that's not what I'm watching. Interesting. I didn't know that was an episode like that. Chuck says I'd rather have Star Trek Legacy. I mean, most people would, but that's fine. STLV is not a licensed event for Paramount. Yeah, the biggest Star Trek convention in the world every year. That's just silly. Ozzy, will we get Miss Piggy in season 4? No, probably not. The Scottish Nightmare. It just feels like someone is just watching Buffy and Angel and just stealing their ideas. Yeah, it kind of does, honestly. But, yeah. As long as it's done well, I don't know. We'll see. We said this about the musical, too. As long as it's done well and it makes sense. I didn't have a problem with the musical. I thought it was very well done. I like the improbability field thing. So, Smart Smears, I wouldn't say I hate the Muppet thing, and I like the musical one, but it does make me feel like Strange New Worlds is a little gimmicky. Lower Decks had high concept stuff, but most of those were surprises, not marketing. Perfect. Lazarus says needed pillow. Well, she was already on the pillow. She's just being a pain in the butt. Olivia, the only audio drama I want is A Day in the Life of a Puggy. That would be hella boring and put you to sleep. It's a good way to get some sleep if you suffer from insomnia, is listen to that. Gorgonzola 86, hopefully the audio drama will be a success. We need more Star Trek audio dramas, especially from the Lost era. Colin Barrett, now Ensign knows how the Gorn feel about their hatchlings. The Scottish Nightmare, I find it funny that the only thing people are talking about with the Starfleet Academy trailer is that Harry Kim made Admiral. That's not the only thing people are talking about that I've heard. There's quite a few things that people have been mentioning to me over the course of the day. So, but yes, that is kind of apropos that he got Admiral. Smart Smears, 30 Rock is great. Definitely watch it. Okay. Colin Barrett, yeah, just when we thought the right or wrong things were about to settle down at Paramount, along comes South Park. Yeah. Jill says Holly Hunter is the main character. Sorry, dude. Oh, I know she is. I just can't stand her. I've known she's been going to be the main character for a while. I just don't like her. So, Lazarus 2, I definitely want to see reactions to the Wall of Names. Oh, we will have that. Don't worry. We covered a few of them that we could see from the images they released the other day in our last live. And Sam and I will be doing a live about this trailer on Tuesday. So check that out. Some interesting names there. Chuck A, I'm so excited to be going back to STLV with my 2 vendor tables. Dude, I wish I was going this year so I could meet you. But we will be there. Sam and I will try to be there for next year, which is the 60th anniversary of Star Trek. So, hope you have a good time. Hypno Amber, hello everyone. I just watched the trailer like 3 times. I'm still unsure. Yes, unsure is a good word. It is a teaser trailer, but it was rather long for a teaser trailer. So, I don't know. I'm still unsure myself. But I'm going to watch it. We're going to cover it. We're going to see. I'm hoping it's good. I really am. Jadek says, well. Hello, Captain. Been a very long time. How the fell are you? I am well, sir. How are you? Hypno Amber, did you see that there was a secret letter that Sundance and Sundance has promised to turn CBS into the new... Don't follow that shit. Don't really care. AC Escher, yeah, the Wall of Names had a lot of great callbacks. It did. Gorgonzola 86, the memory wall made me realize for the first time that actually Data had not been promoted to full commander before he died on the Scimitar. Few people didn't get promoted any higher than they were, judging by the wall, but... Are you not comfortable or something? Are you okay? You're so cute. I'm all for the Muppets episode, says Jason. Me too. Trek or not, think that character staring at the Cisco display is a descendant? Possibly. Although she's not human. I think, hold on. Let's see, I got there. I think it was, her name's Sam, the character. Her species is Kaskin. Kasquian. Kaskin. So I don't know if it is a descendant. I mean, I would hope it would be. That would make a lot of sense. But at the same time, I don't know. Smart Smears says if they made audio drama canon, that could open up a lot of stories. That being said, any audio frames need to release official images of ships so we can get ships. Well, we know there is a new ship called the USS Athena. We don't know what it looks like yet, but I am excited to see it. We saw the bridge of it, so Colin Barrett, I am not sure if I like or dislike the USS Athena yet. Have not seen enough. Indeed. Trekyards, geez, the Golden Gate Bridge is doing well. She's an old lass. Yeah, and it's good that Starfleet Academy is back on Earth after, like, what they say, 150 years, 120 years. So back on Earth, confirmed. So Trekyards, geez, the Golden Gate Bridge is doing well. She's an old lass. Sorry, I just read that one. I scrolled and I'm sorry. Anyway, moving on. Smart Smears. It's funny that Mariner and both her parents ended up on the wall. The entire Freeman family. Not only that, but Tawny Newsome. There's an Admiral Tawny Newsome on the wall as well. So the actress also gets on the wall. Ozzy. Becky Lynch is doing Rock maneuver because Rock on Voyager and Becky Lynch is in Star Trek Academy. Sure. The Scottish Nightmare. Seems like every sci-fi show is going to Las Vegas this year. Okay. What do you mean by that? Chuck A. Thank you, Stuart. Looking forward to seeing you and Sam next year. Yes, I cannot wait. Gorgonzola 86. Two things I really disliked in the Academy trailer. Chancellor approving on some cadets just join the Academy for their families. That should never be a good reason. The second, dislike the cadets shouting those stupid stuff like U.S. Marines. Yeah, I noticed that too, but again, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, it didn't bug me necessarily, but it was very noticeable and stood out, and it's not quite what Starfleet is. Anyway. Grant McGregor, I was neutral on the Academy trailer except for the bong music. Then it put me off on the Cisco conspiracy poster, and it just dumbed down in plot is catchphrase from there. Yeah, the Cisco poster was quite interesting. So he hasn't come back in all this time, still. Lazarus, it did kind of confirm a few theories that were thrown around in the comments in that video. DUI Champ, hey buddy, I was worried about next week's Strange New Worlds episode with the holodeck, but a new explanation of the episode says La'an, however you spell her name, is testing a holodeck prototype tech. Sure, I have no problem with that, but it shouldn't look like a TNG holodeck grid. Even Voyager's holodeck was different because it was an upgraded one. And if you want to go back to the animated series with the environmental simulator, it didn't have a holodeck, TNG holodeck grid pattern on the wall. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure I like that, but we'll see. Jedi Productions, I am doing better. I got away from a terrible job. Have one I really enjoy. I'm also back into 3D model making. Watch this space. Dun dun dun. Colin Barrett. Oh, sorry, Lieutenant Nog. Yeah, there's no Captain Nog. What's up with that? Colin Barrett. Also, the Jem'Hadar female is the Klingon hybrid species they were talking about. Half Klingon, half Jem'Hadar is an interesting concept. It is, yeah. And if you look closely at her uniform, the detailing here is all little Klingon symbols. So, yeah, that is very interesting. Trekyardians says, as Daniel said, is anyone human anymore? Yeah, Lieutenant Nod took the piss. Lazarus 2. Oh yeah, that kind of buggers up the Cisco comic. Well, comics aren't canon. They're beta canon, so yeah. No comics or books are canon. So disrespectful, but it is what it is. For Nog, yeah. Hypno Amber, I could see how Klingon and Jem'Hadar would get together. Also, she looks like an interesting character. She does. Yeah, it'll be fun to see the quirks that a Klingon and Jem'Hadar hybrid species will have. Matthew Shook, hi Captain. Do you think the Star Trek Starfleet Academy we will see a hologram of Captain James T. Kirk? I certainly hope so. There is a Captain James T. Kirk hall What is it? Starfleet Academy, James T. Kirk Pavilion. So, yeah. I would imagine they would do that. I would hope so. It would be even better if it was, in fact, Shatner. I don't know how they're going to do it or what they'll do, but the thing is, they can have anybody come back as a hologram for a guest lecture or, you know, for a lesson of some sort because it's the far future. So anybody can technically come back. Ozzy, they still need carpet on the bridge. Lazarus 2, was that not the ship that landed on top of the buildings? Was what the ship that landed on top of what buildings? Not sure what you're talking about. Colin Barrett and Admiral Harry Kim. Yeah. Eric Martin is here, but he retracted his comments. Good to see you, Eric. Retracted 2 comments. Gorgonzola 86. They should have had more alien names on the wall. I think it's a scrolling wall, so who knows what we'll see. Ozzy, Becky Lynch is a member of crew from Starfleet Academy. Yes. Jetta Productions, I figured out why Pike was in a bad mood with the doctor, but I'm not sure if my reason is not safe for work or my theory is welcomed here. I don't know what? Okay. I don't know. Scottish Nightmare, Space 1999 and BSG are going to STLV, including some others. Really? Cool. God, I'm missing out this year, too. Can't wait. Like a lot. Hypno member, I need to start my sci-fi pasties business. Then I could have a booth at STLV. Yes. Trust me. Captain Foley approved pasties. Hypno member does good work. Oh, somebody just sent a photo in our other group chat saying this. Apparently this is the USS Athena. Let me take a look. Waiting for it to load. I don't know why it's taking so long. I'll get back with your comments in just a second, guys. Come on. What is going on here? Let's close that. For some reason, Messenger's acting up on my iPad. Oh well. Why are you not loading? Chats. Oh, there we go. Just a second, guys. Just a second. Come on. Sorry, I guess this is doing its update thing. All right, so I'll just have to check in on that a little bit later, see if I can get that loaded. Okay. Becky Lynch's finisher is the manhandle slam, which is a rock bottom. Yeah. Uh, Matt Borbin says, yes, we shall see in dead. The Cisco is eternal. The Cisco is eternal. Good to see you, Matt. Jaddock Productions. Okay, guys, season or 54 watching and only 15 likes. Come on, slam that like button as though Cisco slamming his fist into Ducat's face. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. We have 58 people here and 29 likes. Hit the like button. Let's get those likes up. Matt Borbin, I see 22 on my side. I think YouTube is slow to update the like count. Trek or not, they have Kirk's body. What if his head is in a jar, keeping him Futurama style? No, we don't need that. Hello, Donnie. Gorgonzola, hopefully the Academy Kirk hologram will be better than the Pierce hologram on Community. Anybody remember that show? I never watched it, so. Trek or not says, fun fact, O'Brien is still having a bad day. The Scottish Nightmare. Apparently there is Captain Kirk doing this. There is a Captain Kirk during this time. There is a whole comic coming out about it. Yeah, but that's a comic. And it's not a Captain Kirk. It's the Captain Kirk that was in the Section 31 facility. That's not going to have anything to do with the show. Comics are not beta, or not canon, sorry. They are beta canon. So, yeah, I've seen those. Looks interesting, looks like a good story, but again, there's a lot of really good comic stories that just doesn't matter because they're not canon. Jason Roach, let's see how the cadets handle the Kobayashi Maru scenario. Fun. Be right back, checking the trailer. Says Lazarus. Trek or not, be funny if Harry was promoted to Admiral posthumously. That's it. Posthumously. Come on, I want to see this thing that was sent. And now it's not loading again. That's just infuriating. Anyway. Would it be funny or would that be tragic and sad? Hypno Amber, Captain, are you doing a live about episode 3? Seems like it's getting bumped by news. It is getting bumped by news, but we're doing that on Monday. That's when our review will be, Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Season 3, Episode 3. Shuttle to Ken 40. That'll be Monday. Tuesday, we'll be covering this trailer, as well as other stuff from San Diego Comic-Con. So, Colin Barrett, there is a bit in the trailer at the end with a ship, I think is the USS Athena, landing in San Francisco. For what it's worth, I'm more hyped about Star Trek's first ever scripted audio podcast than Academy. Jaddock Productions, Pike is pissed because that Gorn fetus is deeper inside his woman than... Wah, wah. Wanda M. I love the trailer and just saw an interview with the new young actors. They seem like Trek fans already, and I'm hoping they bring in new young fans. So they're young kids that are Trek fans. I don't have faith that they're Trek fans. I have a suspicion that they don't know anything about Star Trek except what they've seen or they're showed to them, which is probably Discovery. We'll see how that goes. A lot of writers say, I grew up with Star Trek. What was your favorite character? Default Spock. You know, that kind of canned response bullshit. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't seen interviews with the actors yet. Play it by ear. I'm going to give the show a fair shake. I always do. And see how well they handle the ball. Ozzy, are you guys on still to review Monday or for view? Yes. Lazarus, yeah, from 1.25 to 1.35, the ship from orbit to San Francisco landing is possibly Holly Hunter's ship. I love the new Con trailer a little more than the Academy teaser. All right, let's get this loaded, guys. Close that and try it again. Whatever. Hypnover says it's an interesting choice having the Academy back in San Fran, but I like it. I do too. I love the sound of snoring. Yes, thank you, Lola, for the soundtrack. Precious is behind me. I'm getting it in stereo. Hypno Amber, that's the thing. Even if I'm not that into it, I do want it to be successful with the Utes. Some new young fans might would be excellent. Yes. Colin Barrett, the Athena has 32nd century version of Discovery's Hoover class USS Edison vibes. Jadek says I watched the Back to the Beginning gig online and I bawled my eyes out when Ozzy took the stage. Why? All right, let's see what's up. Okay, this is still not loading, and it's annoying the crap out of me. Maybe I should... Oh, no, that's still not it. Come on. Oh, there we go. Apparently this is the new ship, USS Athena. Oh, Christ. I thought that was a building. Apparently this is the Athena. And if so, I didn't think that was a ship. I thought that was a goddamn building. I gotta be honest. Bacon Commander STO is the canon now. Yeah. Wanda M. Yes, Hypnomer, me too. I don't want the new owners to kill Star Trek because no one is watching or no new fans are watching. It's true, but... Chuck A. Stewart, do you think we will see any other legacy actors as holograms in Starfleet Academy? Yeah, absolutely. Me and Sam have talked about this quite a bit. There's a lot of potential to get a lot of people back just for a quick cameo as a hologram. Whether they're going to do it or not is another question, but it absolutely makes sense for them to do it with it being Starfleet Academy and just having like guest lecturers or whatever. So, I mean, yes, I really think we will. Plus, you got all the people from Discovery that can come back at any time. You can get Book. You can get... Well, Tilly's going to be in the show at some point. You can get Stamets showing up. Like, it'd be cool to see the Discovery people. I got to say, I do like some of the characters. I'm not all anti-Discovery like everybody seems to think. But, yeah, I think it's absolutely a possibility that some legacy people will come back as well. It'd be nice to have some of the Voyager people return. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Just having Robert Picardo there is friggin' amazing. So, yeah, I think we probably will. Bacon Commander says Prime Universe. Okay, yeah. Bacon Commander. You related to Laser Pig? Anyway, Jeddak Productions. Sorry, Cap, but I want to share. Rest in peace, Crown Prince of Darkness. Sure. Colin Barrett. Would be funnier if somehow Harry Kim is still alive and it took him 700 years to make Admiral. Yes. And he's an old ass, hunched over, desiccated old man with a long Fu Manchu mustache and a hover cane. Sure. Ozzy, what happened to Murph from Prodigy? Don't know. Matthew Shook. Hey, Captain, do you think we will see from Voyager crew in Star Trek Starfleet Academy? I know he has a doctor in it. Yes, I would hope that... First of all, we don't know which doctor it is. Is it the doctor from Voyager, or is it the doctor from the episode Living Witness that was also in the future? Not quite that far, but yes, it would be great to have a scene of him talking to Janeway or Tuvok or B'Elanna or Tom Paris, somebody, Kim. Yeah, that would be great, actually. I don't know if they'll do it. As I said, I would really hope that they would. I think that would be really fun to see. but I don't need it necessarily. But at the same time, it'd be goddamn cool. And considering this is like Voyager's year, because it's like their anniversary year. I know the show's coming out early next year, but I would like to see that. I think that would be fun. Absolutely, yes. Hypno member, with new young fans, it's about getting them started on Academy, and then they will want to watch the other shows. Yeah, you say that, but Hypno Amber, I missed Pug's snores. Always makes my day. Oh, you guys making people's day besides mine. I'm sure they appreciate it. Terrence Childs, we all know that the Miranda class is going to be on the shows right. On the show's right, because the Miranda class starship is in everything. It's always existed. It will not. It's always existed. It will not always exist. It's always existed, but it won't always exist, but you're thinking you'll see it? I'm so confused right now. Ozzy says he was talking about Ozzy Osbourne. I know, and I'm not stupid. I realize Ozzy Osbourne passed away, but what's that have to do with anything right now? Lazarus. Oh, I had an idea for a ship class. Iowa class. Okay. Tell me more. Trek or not, the Athena looked like a kitchen appliance with a strainer on top. Yeah, it's probably a reconfigurable ship, though. I have a feeling it'd be like programmable matter that can change shape or be a holographic ship or some shit. I don't know. That's why it looked like a building when it was landing, because it's landing. I don't know. Legacy is among a few upcoming Star Trek projects I asked for. Likewise, the high-def restoration of DS9 and Voyager. Someday. Bacon Commander, the Kobali resurrected him. Yeah. Colin Barrett, Robert Picardo said in an interview, fans of Voyager will find the Doctor storyline very satisfying, and said that it is Voyager's EMH, not the backup. Cool. Good to know. Jack says, all right, Cap, gotta go. Stay safe. See you later, Jeddak. Sir Dork, do we know anything else about the show Tawny Newsome was supposedly working on? No, not a goddamn thing, except it's going to be a half-hour, more comedy-based show based on Ryza, or a Ryzen-like colony or resort. So, haven't heard anything else. Space Truckers Pit Stop. Damn, I'm late. Did I miss us nailing down what the hell this ship is doing? It flips and saucer lifts up. No, we haven't talked about that necessarily, except I think it's as I just had stated, programmable matter ship or a hologram ship of some kind. I don't have a problem with the ship being reconfigurable as long as one of the modes looks good. So, yeah. Bacon Commander, Iowa class, amber waves of grain deflector array. Grant McGregor, I want to point out that it's the 32nd century and all the buildings look like they were built in the 20th and 21st century. I told you they are living in the Dark Ages right after the Time War. Yeah, you're not wrong. Lazarus, named after Kirk's birthplace. I was thinking Samuel could use it in one of his fan videos. We have to talk to Sam about that. But Iowa class, it's pretty good, yeah. Better than the Ohio class, I guess. The ship would be high in the middle and round on both ends. Wah, wah. That's a Bugs Bunny joke. Terrence Childs, no one be surprised if they see a Miranda class starship in Star Trek. Any of these shows, the Miranda class will never die. Except they always die. They're the red shirts of the fleet, so of the ship world. But yeah. Chuck says, good night, Stuart. Looking forward to your live stream on Monday and Tuesday. Well, thank you so much, Chuck. Glad you could join me. Yeah, I'm only going to be on here for about another 20 minutes or so, unless you guys have something very pressing you want to talk about. There was some interesting stuff in the trailer. I'm just going to take a quick look through right now, and I'll talk about what I want to talk about. Yeah, I want to start out saying I absolutely despise Holly Hunter. Can't stand the woman. Not looking forward to her being the lead of the show. The bridge of the ship looks very Strange New Worlds like, also Discovery, and it looks too Strange New Worlds. That's the problem. It doesn't look like a different art style, and that's concerning because Strange New Worlds looks good for what it is. This just looks like Strange New Worlds, so gotta love the captain's chair with the like arm things that are very look like braille almost. No real static, at least no real static instruments or displays or buttons on there. But I'm sure there's going to be holographic pop-ups and stuff that come up on there. So we got the Starfleet Academy James T. Kirk Pavilion, which is cool, and dots running around. Yeah, it's super egregious. And the names on the wall: Preston, Torres, Gomez, Mariner, and Benga. There's a Roddenberry. Excuse me. Admiral Beverly Crusher, Damara Sulu, Peter Preston, engineer's mate, Commander Christine Chappell, Lieutenant Natasha Yar, Ambassador Spock, Commander Samantha Wildman, Lieutenant Junior Wesley Crusher, Lieutenant Nog, Admiral Leonard H. McCoy, Captain Montgomery Scott, Ensign Cito Jaxa, Captain Naoda Uhura, Pavel Chekhov there. Got Commander Janice Rand, Lieutenant Tom Paris, Captain William T. Riker, Lieutenant Commander Hoshi Sato, Commander Charles Tucker III, Commander Deanna Troy, Lieutenant Commander Data, Dr. Julian Bashir, Admiral Harry S. L. Kim. Let's see, we also got a bunch of other names. Some of them I might just not be clocking. Commander Zero the Third. Admiral Tawny Newsom. Interesting. Captain 709. Vice Admiral Stewart something. Maybe that's a me. No, it's not. The asymmetrical uniforms at the bottom are back. Why? The fate of Benjamin Sisko, confronting the unexplainable emissary of the prophets. Captain Sisko's fate. Did he die in the fire caves of Bajor? Did he live on in the Celestial Temple? Only no one can answer these. Yeah. And some of the shots, like this looks like a fucking mall. That looks like a mall. But let's be real. I love that Jet Reno's back though. Do love her character. The actress is great. Looks like she's got a whistle there. So she's gonna be like phys ed teacher, maybe. She's going to be engineering, but she's going to be blowing a whistle, which is going to be super obnoxious. But very her character. And we got, yes, the Jem'Hadar and Klingon hybrid lady. There's a bunch of ships in the background of this city shot that just looked the same as the Athena, if that is the Athena. Yeah, not... Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I'll get back to the chat now, but I just wanted to do a quick look at some of the screenshots I had got. Just give Grant and Naylor Productions the live-action Star Trek comedy. I mean, they're free as Red Dwarf hit another snag to go on. Okay. Chuck Jones, Tilly isn't in the trailer. I read her role in the series got reduced to guest star. Yeah, I had heard that too. I'm surprised she wasn't in the trailer, if I'm honest. Prancing Horse 44, I'm guessing we will see the TOS Enterprise at the end of Strange New Worlds' final episode. We've talked about this quite a bit. Yes, that makes perfect, absolute sense. Will they do it? I'm not 100% convinced that they know they should. So, but yeah, I certainly hope so. Will we get flamethrowers and space rocks on the bridge? Probably. Lazarus, same deco back after 900 years. Yeah, but there was old is new again. It's secular. It's fine. A lot didn't get promoted. I know. That concerns me. Sir Dork, with Strange New Worlds winding down, I'm sure they'll just reuse those sets for Academy. Yeah, they will. Absolutely. Colin Barrett, about that, why would Stamets be on the wall? He is still alive in that time period. Is he? Maybe he dies before the show takes place. Because Hugh's also on the wall. Hugh Culber, he's also on the wall. So, again, it could also be that these are guest lecturers that have been guest lecturers in the Academy at some point in their career, and their rank lines up with when they were a guest lecturer. That's why some of them don't appear to have gone past a certain rank. I would like that, actually. That would make a lot of sense. That way anybody that's alive can still be on the wall. So, yeah. Quan Falone, I miss Data so much. Lazarus says, so he is. He could literally bring people from the past to the future. Who could? Lazarus, apparently no one spoke to the wormhole aliens between then and Academy. Yep. Well, or found out anything about Cisco, at the very least. Trek or not, her whistle calls upon the Starfleet battle Zord. Well, Donnie will like that. Quan Falone. Is it Falone or Falone? Jem'Hadar Klingon hybrid. What? Yep. Matthew Shook. Hey, Captain, do you think the new ship look at... Hey, Captain, do you think the new ship look at Starship Saucer section? Do I think the new ship look... Or what do I think of it? I think it looks like dog shit, if that's what the ship looks like. We'll see. I think it's reconfigurable. I think it's going to change configurations and shapes. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Which would make a lot of sense in the future, if I'm honest. Is Worf on the list? Not that I saw, but it appears to be a scrolling list, so you're not going to see everybody. But in scenes, you'll see people probably scrolling by, would be my assumption. Trek or not, wonder, did they correct genetic issues with the jammy Hadar by infusing Klingon DNA as they respect them? It's a distinct possibility, yeah. Devo77X, have you seen the Puppet Pike preview of Strange New World Season 4? Have you seen the thumbnail for this video? Probably not, because I think YouTube, as soon as I went live, it doesn't show the thumbnail for some reason. Yes, of course I have. I talked about that very first thing in this live. Tilly is the Barclay of Strange New Worlds. Tilly was never in Strange New Worlds. So yeah. Sir Dork, would be cool to see Lorca on that wall. Hell yeah, it would. Dark Thunder, Ceto Jaxa was on the wall. She was killed in the original Lower Decks episode of TNG. Yes, indeed she was. Colin Barrett, maybe it's a list of officers how have been seen. Maybe it's a list of officers how have been to see the Great Koala. Oh, who have been? Yeah, sure. Mike says, "Oh my God, I actually made it to alive in like forever." I have. Hello, Mike. Good to see you. I'm probably only going to be on for another 10 minutes or so, though. Sure, there's a lot to talk about, and we will do a breakdown of this trailer. It'll be on Tuesday. Sam, I'm sure, is going to jump on here in the at some point tomorrow to give his first reaction because he's currently away, so he can't do any. But yeah, check those out as well. So good to see you, Mike. Glad you could make it. Devo said, "Sorry, I came in late." Well, Trek or not, it is officers who have failed to return their hollow library books. There you go. The truth has been spoken. Joseph Barbato, boom, you're caught up with the chat. I am. Area 51, Lorca, you want me on that wall? You need me on that wall. You can't handle the truth. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. Yeah. Devo 77, it's a wall honoring officers of note, maybe. Mike Charest, how do I fix not getting notifications for your channel? Don't know. No one gets notifications for our channel. YouTube hates us, and that's fine. Just make sure you click the bell icon to all notifications, and maybe you'll get notified. Sometimes we'll go live, and people know we're live. They're watching us. They didn't get notified. And then 2 weeks later, they get a notification that we were live that day. And we've done like 15 lives in the meantime. So, yeah, I don't know. YouTube is supremely fucked. This new app update as well is fucked. It's not good. Not good is what I'm saying. Lazarus, the hybrid Klingon Jem'Hadar must have one long today. Victory is life, but is a good day to die. Yeah. Hypno Amber, chat be a good example of a Starfleet officer and like the stream. Yes, like the stream, guys. Listen to Amber. We have 60 people here with 52 likes. Let's get those likes up. Mike says, I have notifications on. I don't get it. I don't get it either. I honestly don't. But I mean, we gotta show YouTube what's up with our channel. So make sure you like the videos, make sure you comment on the videos, make sure you share the videos, make sure you watch the videos, even if just throw it on the background and don't pay attention to it. All of those analytics will bump up the channel. So do the things you can do, even if you just hit like and just put a little quick comment in on an edited video or whatever. It all makes a world of difference. So yeah, YouTube's not perfect by any stretch. And there you go. Joseph Barbato said, for democracy. Indeed. Matthew Shook, hey Captain, do you think we will see an update of the Kobayashi Maru in Starfleet Academy? I'm sure we will, yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, that's a standard thing that you need to do at the Academy. Or you can do. You don't have to do it. You don't have to take that Kobayashi Maru, but yes. Olivia, your hair is starting to be Pike's Peak. Yeah, I know. I need to get a cut. Be quiet. Sir Dork, I think YouTube is an early version of Discovery's Section 31 control. Possibly. SWAT Cats. Lieutenant Nog and Captain Demaro Sulu is on that wall. Quite a few people are. But yes. Juan Filone. Foley, have you ever been to Montreal Comic Con? Lots of sexy Star Trek stuff there. I have not been to Montreal Comic Con, no. I saw William Shatner and Patrick Stewart talk there as it shattered my illusion. Don't meet your heroes. Right? Lazarus said, yeah, I got the bell on too. Thank you. Apparently that makes a difference in the algorithm as well, whether you have the notification bells clicked. But anyway. SWAT says Admiral Harry Kim on the wall as well. Yeah, quite a few people are. I just kind of read through some of the people we saw. Mike, Jaffa Kree Kek Unak. Jaffa Kree Kek Inak. Anak. What? Chuck Jones. I thought the wall was former grads of Starfleet Academy, but I remembered B'Elanna Torres dropped out of Starfleet. Yeah, I have a feeling it's guest lecturers that have lectured at Starfleet Academy, and the corresponding ranks are when they gave their talks. That's what I think. Admiral Harry Kim rolling on floor laughing. Yeah. Donnie says Captain Decker is on that wall of honor as well. He is. Mr. Cap 93, big question. Are you feeling any more optimistic for Starfleet Academy, or are you still nervous? I'm still nervous. I'm very cautiously optimistic, as I like to say. It's got too much of a Discovery look and vibe to it still, and with the younger cast, and I'm not confident the writing's going to be fantastic, but I mean, things like Jet Reno being there, Robert Picardo. I'm really hoping that they have some good stories. So, Captain PJ, really sad day now that Paramount bent the knee. Lazarus, it just goes to my notifications, but the pop-up doesn't show. I don't know what to tell you. Donnie, likewise, Captain Riker and Commander Troy. Yep. Ozzy, maybe the Enterprise be home on Tuesday in future. Maybe. Mike, the last comment was a free Jaffa reference. Gotcha. Area 51, I, for one, love our YouTube overlords. Right? Mike, it means Jaffa fire, kill the false god. Jaffa fire, kill the false god. Perfect. Colin Barrett, indeed. Elam Garrick is also on the wall with no rank indicated. Well, it's Elam Garrick, and there is a rank. It's Ambassador Garrick. So maybe go back and take another look. It's Ambassador Garrick. So, Trek or not, Jaffa cake, orange, yum, yum, yum. I was going to say Jaffa cakes when they started talking about Jaffa, so. Mike says, Ngaoud. Matthew, hey, Captain, I hope Starfleet Academy don't do anything with the Borg. Enough. Right? Surprised there's not a Borg in the fucking Academy. Hypno Amber, in the alternate future in Voyager, wasn't B'Elanna Torres an instructor at the Academy? Yes, she was. Juan Filone, can you and Sam do a co-op STO Let's Play? You could keep it 1 or 2 mission arcs or episodes. We've thrown that idea around for years now. It'd just be hard to orchestrate it, and who would watch it? We got to do things that are going to get views and get super chats. Speaking of, if you want to super chat, please feel free and hit that like button. We have 61 likes, so let's get the likes up. But if you want to super chat, I'd really appreciate that as well. You know, just saying. But yeah, I don't know. We got to do stuff that will generate revenue and whatever for the channel. So watching stuff that, or doing stuff like that, we would love to do stuff like that, like fun stuff, but unfortunately, like if our Patreon was another $1,000 a month, then we'd have the luxury to be able to do some things that we'd really like to try. But right now we're kind of confined to doing things we need to do. So, which sucks. Mike says, lucky half the channels I subscribe to don't even go to my notifications. Damn. Colin says, might be time for Specsavers. What do you mean? Kevin Scott, hey Cap, do you think Strange New Worlds is an alternate universe? The same one as Discovery? Yeah, it's probably the Discoverse. But what about this and this and this? Oh, it's okay. Okay, fine. I give up at this point. It's just, it is what it is. It's what they say it is. It's Prime. It's obviously Prime. It's got to be because they said it is. So I don't even know why I talk anymore, because it's clearly not. But that's okay. Dark Thunder. Wasn't there a Lower Decks episode showing a distant future where there was a Borg Starfleet cadet? Yes, there was, yeah. Trek or not, you should frame those Egyptian stamps, Cap. I framed some Trek ones I had on a black mount. Looks the ticket. Yeah, I got a bunch of Star Trek stamps, and those ones you sent me, the Egyptian ones, and got a few other ones as well. But I don't have room to hang stuff, really. So, I don't know. We'll see. Someday. Bacon Commander says Tennessee for some reason. He tried to pull a sneaky code on me, but I see it's Tennessee. Trek or not, I framed my big Canada Post Trek sheet as well. You are a bad influence. I know, right? Area 51, how long until Academy leans on the Mirror Universe crutch? Good question. Sam and I talked about that a little bit in our review on, or our live discussion on Friday. Hopefully they don't, but yeah. Lazarus, are you going to review the later episodes of TNG some point in the near far future? Yes, we're going to get to all the episodes of Star Trek at some point. Again, we just got to find... Plus, nobody watches those. So we'll spend all the time to watch the episode, do our notes, do the live, and then if nobody super chats, then it's like, well, that was fucking useless. It's a total waste of our time. So yeah, it's another one of those things we need to do, the things we need to do that can make actually some ad revenue or get super chats. So unfortunately, it's a vicious cycle that. So, but yes, at some point we will get around to covering them all at some point. Before I die, maybe. I don't know. So we're getting a Puppet Muppet episode. Yep, looks like it. And I'm fine with that. I think it's great. Bondinex 75. So the USS Athena. It is the USS Athena. Yeah, great ship name. I don't think the ship itself is super great, but we'll see. We got to see more of it, I guess. Trek or not, I don't go to Specsavers as it's my eyes need saving, not my specs. Oh, I see. Yep. Colin Barrett. Yeah, I don't know about the USS Athena. I need to see more of it. Bondex 75 and a 400-year-old Lantanite captain. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Is Holly Hunter a Lantanite? Seriously? Mike, Strange New Worlds is an alternate universe. Lazarus, out of 220 plus channels I'm subscribed to because I forget their names, the few I have the bell on, only one actually notifies me that, and they rarely post now. Punished props. Yeah, I've got notifications on for a shit ton of channels, and I never get notified of new uploads from them. I can go for months, maybe 6 months, 7 months, maybe even a year sometimes, and be like, I haven't seen a video from that channel in a long time. Are they even making videos? Go to their fucking page, and yeah, they've been making videos every week for like a year, and I haven't been notified about one of them, and none of them have come in my suggested feed. Like, what the fuck is that? And people message us, why are you guys not making videos anymore? I never see anything from you. It's like, dude, seriously? Every Saturday we have a video. When the new show is on, we'll have multiple breakdown videos every week. We do 2 or 3 lives a week, every week, and have been for what's going to be 11 years in October. So I don't know why you're not getting notified. We're making the content. YouTube's just not telling anybody. It's fucking frustrating. Area 51, I give up. What every producer strives for amongst the fan base. Yes. Bacon Commander, mistype using 2 screens. Sorry. Trek or not, any other tips on upcoming Trek things like the Canada Post stamps? Not that I'm aware of, no. Bondex 75, and Cisco is still a mystery. Yeah, unfortunately, he never did come back. Colin Barrett, we really need to see Pelia turn up at some point. The banter between her and the Doctor would be hilarious. Yeah, it would be. I'd be fine with Pelia showing up in this show. Area 51, I missed those TNG episode reviews, but I get it. Terrence Childs, how many photon torpedoes did it take Ben Maxwell to destroy the Cardassian warships in the episode The Wounded? I say it was 3-2. They bring down the shields and 1 to hit the... Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch the episode. Bondex 75, they'll use holodeck to guest star everyone. I hope so. That'd be cool. I'd be happy with that. Hypnomember, I have to go for now, but I will see you all on Monday. Also, like the damn stream to feed the algorithm gods. Thank you, Hypnomember. See you later. Mr. Kuhn, the Athena looks like a ship from Galaxy Quest. Devo, I know you and Sam don't like the 32nd century ships. Correct. I want more animated Strange New Worlds like in the last scene of those old scientists. Yeah, absolutely. Bondex, I'm hoping the other half of the Athena is in orbit. Yeah, that would be cool. Matthew Shook, hey Captain, do you think Captain Pike's girlfriend will die if she doesn't get better soon? Yes, maybe. I don't know. It could go either way for that, for sure. Trek or not, I need Admiral. We need Admiral Muppets because most Starfleet admirals behave like Muppets. You need to check the channel daily. Try a few, takes a few secs, and select notify me. Yes, a lot of the admirals are indeed Muppets, which is a British slang word for an idiot. Somebody with no brain. Bondex, one of the cadets being a newborn hollow is interesting. Sure, yeah. Mr. Captain 93, thoughts on what the James T. Kirk building is? Well, it's a pavilion, so it's just in honor of James T. Kirk. Bacon Commander, the algorithms are driving views to approved narratives. Sure, maybe. Glad we're... not glad, but sorry we're not approved is what I meant to say. Need a Muppet, Gorn, and Borg. Also Tribbles. Yeah. Devo77X, Discovery, Strange New Worlds, and Academy are the new altered timeline from Star Trek Enterprise, the one where the Xindi attacked Earth and the Suliban Cabal became a power, yes. Tribbles basically are Muppet balls. Yes, correct. Reggie GDI, YouTube only pushes the big media channels for me, plus Mr. Beast. Colin Barrett, I also like the 32nd century Starfleet ships, except maybe the Janeway class and what must be the Mark 200 Constitution class. Grant McGregor, what if the prophets only deal with one dimension? So if this Discoverse is different dimension, then they won't be there, leaving that Cisco missing. And guess what? Mirror Cisco just died too. She's dreaming. Sir Doric, I'd love to see the episode where they find a ship run by holograms of Starfleet officers, legacy characters who think they're actually alive. That'd be kind of cool. Terrence Childs, come to think of it, about it, Maxwell one shot at that Cardassian warship. I'll probably had its shields down, plus it wasn't a warship, it was just a cargo ship, was it not? Bondex 75, there is some good interview stuff for Academy from San Diego Comic-Con on YouTube. Yeah, I'll check that out later. I haven't had a chance to watch everything yet. Bacon Commander, approved narratives are AI-generated content. I have noticed a huge volume of AI-generated content channels on YouTube. Yeah, absolutely. Bondex 75, my hook is the Voyager Doctor story. I'm intrigued the story he will tell of history. Bacon Commander, they want to drive traffic there and away from human creators. Dun, dun, dun. AI is taking over. Lazarus, I kind of like this 32nd century ships, but if they were solid, it'd be better. Kevin Scott says, just used AI to make Strange New Worlds Bridge Crew into Jim Henson Muppets. So hilarious. Yes, AI is fun for some stuff. Colin Barrett, now, if they really want to set the cat amongst the pigeons, they will have a Strange New Worlds Gorn instructor at the Academy. Jesus Christ. Lazarus said, I wish we could give her biscuits. She wishes you could too, probably. Bacon Commander, it is indeed, but it's not sentient. There will be no singularity, LOL. But this is how it's programmed. And Trekyard, hope not bugging you, sending you updates on that thing, LOL. No, not at all. It's looking very cool. Good job, man. Good job. Bondex, Giamatti will probably deliver a great performance too, I think. Yeah, I think Giaman, whatever the fuck his name is, will do great. Paul Giamatti. Yeah. I just use the YouTube subscription section to bypass the YouTube recommendations. Okay. Any scenes between Tig Notaro and Robert Picardo are going to be pretty awesome, I think. 100% yes. Burnham will turn up, I bet you. I'm sure she will, yeah. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to call it there and go get some sleep. I'm pretty fucking tired, so... I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Sorry I didn't have many insights or anything worth listening to, but I'm glad you're here anyway, listening regardless. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, tune in on Monday for a review of Season 3, Episode 3, Shuttle to Kenfori. And on Tuesday, we'll be covering this specific trailer on the YouTube channel with me and Sam. So if you can join us for those, I'd appreciate it. I'm sure Sam will be doing a first reaction video tomorrow about this, so tune up for him. He will constantly ask you for super chats over and over and over again. I don't really do that. I like to read everybody's comment and have a good, heart-to-heart with you guys. But if you do want a super chat, please feel free at any time. We really appreciate it. Or give a super thanks on a video that you're watching, whether it be live or edited. It all adds up and helps us out. So do anything you can to support the channel. Share the content around now that we're going to be doing Strange New Worlds content. And then early next year, Starfleet Academy stuff. Yeah, but some cool, interesting stuff in the trailer. It'll be worth talking about. It'll be a fun discussion. Hopefully the show doesn't suck balls. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm hoping for the best. I really, really want it to be a good show. And they've got some good things going on that I'm really excited to see. So I hope they don't bug it up. Anyway, on that note, thank you guys for joining me. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your weekend. And I'll see you on Monday. Because you're going to come and watch the review. I know you. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourselves a great night. Bye, guys.